Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dialar's Tactics. In this video, we're going to be going over the third dungeon, and that is Aldry. Aldry. You know, Aldry is going to open up for you after you beat Cromcrotch 10-7 in story mode, and Aldry is going to be the ice bear where you get all of your relic upgrade abilities. You get your advancement materials and you get your leveling materials from Aldry, which makes him a fairly important boss because you know, you're going to go through story mode normal without without upgraded relics, and once you can punch a bunch of more levels into them and some development into them, it really amplifies the character. So it is a really important dungeon. All of the dungeons are fairly important, but that is his specific niche. Now let's go look at the characters that are most often used in Aldry. Bedivere, you know, that's a pay-to-win character, best DPS in the game. It doesn't surprise me that even in the Frost Relic, he is number one. Wind Morgan, now that is a pay-to-win relic. You know, you get Morgan for free, but her relic to get the Wind one, which I would argue is the third most important relic for Morgan, you can only get from, I think it's $40 Canadian, like my currency. I think it's $40 in the store. Please don't do that. And then Akalan, you will have to pull him, but I do believe he does come Wind. If he doesn't, you want him Wind, but I think he does come standard as a Wind relic. Frost Jillian, that's a pay-to-win character, and then Wind Sarah. I'm messing around with Wind Sarah a little bit right now, but I can't get her to do enough sustained healing on stage 10, which is the only one I haven't beaten yet. I have a feeling I am going to need a Frost Jillian and a Wind Morgan to beat stage 10, but I may be wrong. Anyways, those are the heroes most often used in this battle. Let's get in here and let's talk about Aldry. So if we look at him, what does it recommend? It recommends Recovery Disruption. That is the number one mechanic in this fight, is you have to put a Recovery Disruption debuff on him while he is in his hibernation mode. Otherwise, he'll heal to full. You can see who can do it. Somehow, they say Kay can do it. I'm not sure how she does it exactly. It must not be very good, because primarily we're going to be using Akalan. Akalan has the highest chance to apply the Recovery Disruption debuff while he's in hibernation. So we're going to use him. He gets some special leadership ability in this fight too. And then Aldry Slayer. Now, it's recommending Akalan, but it's also recommending this guy. Now, I haven't had a whole lot of testing with Gawain, and I'm not sure why he is the Aldry Slayer, but I might have to look into that. And then Defense Decrease. The reason why that's important is because paired with Akalan, I think it's his Chivalry 3, he does some extra things if he has a Defense Decrease on him, which, you know, Morgan, for the most part, with her Ice Relic, I know does give those debuffs. And apparently Gawain does as well. So I'm going to have to start looking into him. But I only have him in Fire, and Fire is a big no-no to bring into this fight, given that he is a hard-hitting ice element. So, yeah, so the big thing about him is he is immune to debuffs. That's one of these. Or he's immune to dots, sorry. So you can't dot him. So you can't bring in like a Rosier and do that trick. You really have to get defense down on him or strip his buffs, which is why they were recommending Sarah and why Morgan is so good. You got to get defense down on him or strip his buffs, and then you got to just lay the pipe to him, which is why Bedivere is so good. But I'm going to show you a free-to-play team in case you don't have Bedivere. So that's his kind of main trick. He's got his Hibernate little cheat code where he heals himself up to full. You have to block his heal. And then he's just a big old beefy shield, immune to dots, that you just got to plow through as easily as you can. So I'm going to show you a free-to-play team that gets you up to Frozen Plain Stage 8 fairly consistently and easily, but it does take a long time. And you can use this team from Stage 1 all the way down to Stage 8. It's only after you get after Stage 8 where, you know, it gets really the difficulty gets ramped way up. But the reason why Stage 7 is so important is because that's when you get these red Mythic Star Seeds, which are your advancement materials to take your relics to 6-star. So that's why I want to show you a team that can at least get you past 7 and can do 8 as well, so that you can start getting. So basically, you can get the most benefit out of this dungeon. But you know, you will want to build up teams for stage 10. So this is not the team. This was a team I was just testing with today. I could not get Sarah to work on stage 10. And because I couldn't get her to work on stage 10, I'm never going to use her. Probably the reason why she was showing up on the heroes list was because other people were using her way up into the easier parts. So who you're going to use, the free-to-play team, is going to be Akalon. You are going to have to pull him. And I do believe he does come in the Wind Relic. Mine is Chivalry 3. Really, it's Chivalry 2 that gives him the increased accuracy. There is some benefit with, I think it's the increased or lower defense, decreased defense, where if it has that, there's a certain benefit, but I don't think it's really necessary. The team that I'm going to show you doesn't have any decreased defense buffs anyway. So if you can get them to like Chivalry 2, you know, that's going to be more ideal for this level of fight. Then we're going to bring in Tristan. You see my Tristan is only level, he's Chivalry 0. So he's just there just to put out damage, because you're going to get Tristan right early on in the game. I do recommend you develop him, because you can use him in some of the dungeons right up until endgame. I think he was in my Penvid team for Penvid stage 10. Next, but not least, your favorite, Kai. K. I'm going to call her K. So keep in mind, mine is Chivalry 8, and you'll have K, but you need her Wind Relic. So you will get Wind Relic summon tokens on your journey. Hopefully by the time you're pushing to stage 8 or 9 of Frozen Plain, you have gotten her Wind Weapon. As soon as you do get her Wind Weapon, just put all of your resources into that relic, and don't really worry about Frost or Fire. And then last is Turin. Okay, important thing about Turin is you do at minimum, for these high levels, you do need her Chivalry 1, because that's going to change the weather from day to night. Because as you can see, Aldry is a day boss. He's day rain. So to use Turin, since she is wind, you're going to want at least her Chivalry 1. Her Chivalry 3, I do believe, is also good. And you should get tons of Turin. Like, I'm constantly getting Turin no matter what. So you should, by the time you hit stage 8 and 9 and 10, you probably have a well-developed Turin. So you see my whole team is a wind team. Now let's go over the gear. Now I have my Akalon in speed and accuracy. So you're going to want him to have as much accuracy as possible, because you don't land that healing disruption, you lose. You're doing it again. As you see, my effect accuracy is 75%. So that's his main trick. I found I don't need a vigor set. This works just fine for, I haven't really noticed any need for vigor. Having him take more turns, more beneficial to keep that debuff applied. Tristan, you've seen it before. He's just in a speed attack set. He's got an attack speed ring, and he's probably got an attack speed orb, and then attack, and I do believe this is crit rate. So you see mine is 60% crit rate, 40% crit damage, 214 speed. K, build K for damage. You know why? Because K is going to be your primary damage dealer. Crit chance, or I got her an attack set and then a crit chance set. Can you get away with 2 crit chance sets and a damage set? Yes, you can, if you can make that work. Attack speed ring, attack speed orb, probably crit rate, and then attack percentage. You see her speed, not that fast, but over 150. And her crit rate is low, but you're going to be having her on her S2, which is going to give her crit rate up, so she's going to be up over 80%. And then Turin, she's a support, right? So what does that mean? Vigor, and for her, life, because Turin is she is the healer that has the highest healing output in the game, at least for now at the time of the recording of this video. So you don't need accuracy on her. She's going to be primarily healing your allies and giving them buffs on her S2. So you want life to give her, and you want recovery rings. So you probably want recovery HP or HP percentage. I know you can get 2 recovery pluses on here, and I think this is a recovery plus as well. And then the belt, I don't know, effect resistance maybe. So that is how I got him geared. Let's just look. Yeah, see? Crit rate, nothing. You know, nothing really. She's just built for heals. So you can't really see healing recovery rate on there, but that's what she's built for. So that's the team, that's the gear, that's the chivalries, that's the relics, that's your setup that you're going to want to go into Aldry Stage 8. So let's just go to 1. I want to save my stamina. Actually, no, we're going to go 3. Let's go. That way I get my 3 out of the way for the day. So, pause. Skill order setting. Here we go. Skill order. So, Tristan. You know, Tristan and Kay are your primary damage dealers. You don't really want to worry about Kay's AoE. Have her always doing her S2. You know, I can't click on it anymore because they took that functionality away, but her S2 is going to give her all of her attack buffs so that she hits harder every successive time she uses her S2. Turin, you want to use her S2 primarily as well because that's going to give some recovery over times onto your team, and it's also going to give them some juicy buffs, which we'll look at when we apply them. Tristan, you want to do S3 and then S1. Why? Because those are going to apply attack speed reductions, his S3 and his S1. Because if we can prevent the boss from going as often as possible, then he's going to hit us less. And then Akalan, you want to prioritize his his skill 2 at all times, because his skill 2 is what's going to be applying the recovery disruption. Okay, so here we go. Make sure you're targeting the boss's head. Ta-da. Okay. Oh. So let's just wait until Turin goes, and then I'm going to show you guys what all kind of debuffs and buffs we're running. Okay. So you see Turin, she's putting recovery over time. Effect accuracy, which is very, very helpful for your Akalan. And then another recovery plus, so he's going to heal more. And effect accuracy, attack speed. I think the attack and attack speed actually came from him himself. And then you see Kay, she's got a lot because she's got that crit damage up, she's got crit rate up, and she's got her evasion up, which is she's going to give herself. What she's getting from Turin is the recovery over times, the recovery up, which is going to heal, you know, allow for bigger heals, and then the effect accuracy. And then Turin, well, there you can see it, recovery up, defense up as well. Effect accuracy, recover over time. And on the boss, you see here's that recovery disruption. You want to be looking out for this icon right here with this team. Okay, I feel like I've rambled on for a long time. 13 minutes. Luckily, this fight's long. I'm going to hit 20 minutes on this video. So here we go. And you really just watch. You know, this is it. You're in it now. But this is a long fight. You want to... Basically, you have until he hits Enrage. And you might hit Enrage with this team. But you see, we're about what? We've taken off maybe a 1/8 of his health. And he is yet... Oh, now we're in Hibernate. So this is when you must apply Healing Disruption, which we have not yet. So Akalan's going to get another try here, and there it is. See, right there. That's the Healing Disruption. Luckily for us, Akalan puts it on for 2 turns. So if you apply it on the first round of hibernation, because there's 2 rounds, he stays down for 2 turns. If you can apply it on the first round, you're golden. But if you miss it, you do have an opportunity to land it on the second round. So we are, I don't know how long we're into this fight, but we've almost hit the 50% breakpoint right now. But you see, if I want to just go look at this guy, remember how I said he was really beefy? Well, look at him. He's got defense up times or plus 80%, and he takes damage taken, somehow applies defense up equal to damage received for a set number of turns. So he's going to just keep, we're the ones probably ramping up this defense, which is going to make him extremely beefy, which is why it was recommending a defense down character, so we don't have any defense decrease on him. So that means this fight's going to start taking a long time. We're basically going to grind to a halt. But luckily this team has enough damage output that we can take him down. And as you see, he doesn't really feel like he's hitting that hard. You know, that's why you want all wind characters. You know, that's the benefit of bringing wind into ice. Because otherwise, he can 3-shot one of these heroes. K, Monster K. That was a big damage hit on K. There we go. Recovery disruption from Akalan. But we also have defense. The benefit of Turin, too, is you're going to be having a defense up on us. And, you know, not too bad. We're 2 minutes in. Timer's below my head, or under my head. And he's up, and he didn't heal. If you did not, or if we did not, if you do not land that recovery disruption in that hibernate mode, his health is going to jump up to, like, right here, like, almost full. And you're not going to get him. You're eventually going to hit the rage timer, and he's probably going to kill you. I love how he makes that, like, dying calf sound when he gets down to this low health. It is quite disturbing, though. So boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. You see, we're like, my team is fully healthy. Like, we're nowhere near dying because Turin is such a beast healer. All right, watch me not land recovery disruption this time while I'm making the video. Wouldn't that be funny? We didn't do it there because he only went for his S1. Okay, come on, buddy. There we go, we landed. Okay, we're good. I don't gotta remake the video. It can happen. It's annoying, but it can happen that RNG does not favor you, even with really, really high accuracy, and you will have to run it again. So, he's pretty much dead now, ladies and gentlemen. You get the gist of what's going on here. This is stage 8. This team is going to let you just mow through. You see, it was really easy. Like, once you get the team set up, the heroes set up, kind of similar to this, it's really easy. No fear of dying. Really, your only spot of failure is not landing that recovery disruption. And K finish him off. There we go. Okay, and I got my daily done. Look at that. 3 of those. You know, these seeds are gonna, I find, pile up really quickly. So one more thing. Let's just go to battle stats. So even though Tristan is a legendary, let's move me down here so you can see it. Even though Tristan is a legendary, with, you know, probably similar hero development and similar relic development, K still whips his ass when it comes to damage done. That's how good of a damage dealer K is. There's really no other benefit that she's bringing to this fight. She's going to have constantly crit damage, crit chance up. So she is a beast. She is ideal. Now, I don't think she's going to be a key to unlocking Aldry 10. I think that's going to need more pay-to-win heroes. But yeah, she can carry you to get you everything you're going to need from stage 1 through 8. So one other thing I want to show you guys, let's get out of here, is I was trying to build a different team with Arthur, because Arthur is really interesting. If you build him, really build him up there with a wind relic. So I want to talk about him briefly. Let's get out of here. So first of all, here's the picture. We already saw right there. You can kind of see it. There's the screenshot of the damage we kind of did with Tristan on the team. Now I want to show you. I tried another test using Arthur on the team. And there you go. You see, Arthur did nothing. He did nothing. He did maybe 2/3 of Tristan's damage. And now I want to show you the development of my Arthur and my reasoning why. Because I was trying to turn Arthur into something other than a paperweight, which he is basically after you're done with the story normal mode. So Arthur. Now you see I got him 6-star, Awakened 2. If we look at his relics, I got his relic at level 50 out of 60. Awakened 4, 6-star. You know, no skills in it yet. But the reason why I thought he was going to be good is that the wind relic, which is strong in Aldry, check this out. So attacks the enemy. This is his S3. Attacks the enemy, one enemy, the boss, 3 times. Total damage, 2218 attack. And he's got a big multiplier. And if I put a whole bunch of more books into here, or skill up material, maybe he would be good. But you see that each hit deals additional damage, so more damage, if the target's element is frost. Damage per hit, 32% of attack. So this multiplier is going to jump up this one, and it's also that's also going to turn this into a higher number. Now, that compared with Arthur's C8 is where I was thinking he would be a superb damage dealer in that fight, because C8 says hit one additional time upon a critical strike, which turns his S3 into a 6 hitter. As you can see, I am 1 memory stone away from testing that out, but I am trying to do something with Arthur since he is the namesake of this game. One other thing, if we look, so when attacking, he's going to give himself crit rate up, right, to all bull allies, only for 1 turn, 3-turn cooldown, and that can be reduced. And then this one says at the start of battle, gain crit strike damage increase for 1 turn. So that first attack is going to be a huge nuke, or I'm hoping it's a huge nuke. So that every time he hits, if he crits, he goes again with this weapon. Since this is a 3-hitter, it makes it a 6-hitter with each hit doing extra damage on top of that. So in theory, given the fact he's going to have, that big crit damage up buff at the beginning, I thought maybe he could just nuke a third of Aldry's health bar. But sadly, as you saw from the screenshot, that is not the case. So I'll keep trying. I'll let you know if anything changes. But that is a disappointment for now. So, ladies and gentlemen, 21-minute video, not too bad. I felt like I gave you enough alpha, enough information to get you going, because this is an important dungeon. Like, arguably, when you hit the higher end, you're probably not going to be going after Burning Lands much, because if you can push harder and get like 5-star gear out of the equipment dungeons, that can sell for a lot of gold. Plane of Beasts, you're going to find when you hit a certain point, when you get a bunch of characters. Like, I've got most of my usable characters already 6-star. So I'm not going to really need to run Plane of Beasts much more. But this one, the Tarask and Aldry, yeah, I still run those ones quite regularly. So I hope this helped you guys. Let me know if it did in the comment section below. I would be remiss, and I would not be doing my content creator job if I did not say that I had a link in the description, which I am part of the Netmarble Content Creator Corp. I know you guys see all the other content creators go through this spiel, so you know what I'm going to say. But there's a link in there to the support page. You can go to the search bar, type Dylar, search, I'll come up. If you do want to support me, cool, thank you. I'll give you a different color, a special color in my Discord if you can somehow prove you're a supporter of mine. But I don't need it. This is what I do for a hobby. It does make me feel good, but it's not necessary. So only support me if you feel like you actually like my content better than other content creators, because there's a lot of them out there that's their full-time job, and they get it. What it does is I think I gain a percentage of your in-game spending. I don't need it. I don't need it. Unless you really want to, I don't need it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the safe word of the day is going to be, it's going to be 2 words. Because he's a polar bear, right? He's a polar bear, but he's got these goddamn elk antlers. So we're going to go reindeer bear. Reindeer bear. Put reindeer bear in the comment section below. That's the word of the day. That'll let me know that you made it to the very end of this video. I will give you a heart, and I will thank you profusely. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers. Peace. Bye-bye.